Good morning. Welcome to the Carla Marie and Anthony Show. And for some reason, Carla Marie is not on the screen, but I think I know why. Now you should be on. What the heck? What the? One more time. Oh, I know why now. Hold on. God, there's so many screens. There she is.
Hello.
It's because I had the screen minimized like a big dum-dum. Good morning, Carla Marie.
Good morning, Anthony.
Let me tell you about the mistake I made this morning, Carla Marie.
Okay.
You see this shaker bottle over here?
Yep. Did you shake it without the top on?
No, I did. I've only done that maybe like twice. And sometimes I'll do it. The top will be on, but this part, the spout will be open.
Yeah. How dumb do you feel?
Very. But I filled up from the sink like I normally do. But unfortunately, I guess I had it on hot water. So now I have this weird concoction in here that tastes like bad hot chocolate that's also not hot enough. It's not great, but
right onto the sink water.
I've got three things in here. I've got protein, which I'm supposed to have, creatine, which I bought yesterday for the first time, and I was told. Well, no, I was told by my dietitian, and not my dietitian. I was able to have a video call with a dietitian that works in Washington, and the whole idea of the video call was how to eat and supplement while you are recovering from injury and just for general health. And one of the things that she said, which was also supported by my cousin who's a dietitian, was that creatine is not just for meatheads anymore. And that's it. It's for like everybody. And it helps with your cognitive ability as well as your muscle building.
All right, cool.
And your strength. So I got creatine in here. And, you know, the blue tub, the vital protein of collagen.
Yeah.
That's also great because not only is collagen in your hair and your nails, but it's in your ligaments.
Mm-hmm.
So for my torn Achilles, extra collagen, that science is a little iffy, but it can't hurt. So I've got protein, collagen, and creatine all in this this concoction. And then I got a separate water bottle for essential aminos. And this is more like a fruit flavored thing that you can just add to your water.
Jen from Jersey City. I don't know why that was so hard. She said she tried creatine and it helps women with mood swings. Maybe it'll help you with mood swings.
I'm a moody little bitch. So we'll see what happens. But it's supposed to help. Clip that. It's supposed to help with like cognitive ability too. So maybe I'll get smarter or have a better memory. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But there's this weird phase. I've never had a supplement where you have to do this. There's a loading phase that you could choose to do.
That's what Jen said. What the hell does that mean?
So a loading phase, basically what creatine does is it's a supplement that makes sure you have enough creatine in your muscles. And there's a peak amount of creatine that your muscles hold. After that, you pee everything out. So what the loading phase does is it gets you up to that level. So you have maybe 2 to 4 servings of it a day for 1 week. Then your creatine levels should be where they are. And then you only do 1 serving after that.
Oh, that's kind of like what you're supposed to do, I believe, with collagen also.
Similar.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to have 3 or 4 servings of creatine today. And it's like, literally, it's a scoop like this big. And you could just suck it back with 6 ounces of water, which is like nothing.
Is it dairy free? What are we talking here?
I think so. It should be. It should be like a gluten-free. I could get it if you'd like to see it. Because if you're a GNC member, they are having a buy 2, get 1 free deal for the next couple days. So
Lenny said that it's helped with his ADD.
That's interesting. And there's also, I saw Lenny there's 2 types of creatine. Creatine hydrochlor or something. I don't know what it is, HCl. And apparently that's like better on your stomach.
Oh.
That's one of the things. But I've never really had stomach issues with any sort of supplement or food. So we'll see if I have this one. The one I get is cheaper than that version. It's mono something.
I'm going to need the stomach helper one. But muscles in the morning segment, we're moving on. Thank you.
Well, no, here's the best part is, so I told you yesterday about how, not the best part, but my mom fell, maybe broke her arm. What?
You started breaking up for a second, but I just want to pause.
Okay.
Shout out because we were at the very end of Hype Train Level 4. We were not going to complete it. If you're watching on YouTube, you have no idea what we're talking about. When you're live on Twitch, there's a thing called a Hype Train. Come check it out. Lisa helped us get to Hype Train Level 5, and then Jess from Minnesota also jumped in and did the same. And I'm just checking to make sure
And
I didn't
Jen.
miss anybody. Oh, sorry.
Jen and Lisa both gifted 3
their names
subs.
came through like very close together.
So we are almost at the end of Hype Train level 5, which brings me to my 3rd drink or whatever. And I do have tequila here in case we do get through Hype Train level 5. But I was talking yesterday at the end of the show about how during our family reunion, the tail end of it on Sunday, my mom fell down 2 steps into a closed door and fractured her arm. And because now we're both on this like recovery journey, her with her fractured arm, which might need surgery, and me with my Achilles tendon, which did not need surgery, we're both going to be borderline meatheads. So I actually have to do a GNC run for my mom, which I never thought in my life I would say those words, but she's going to be taking the same protein, the same creatine, the same amino acids, essential aminos, and vital protein as me.
You need to do like videos about this.
Me and my mom just being meatheads together.
Mr. Social Media Panel, do it.
Cass from Florida, thank you very much for those 1,000 bits. That pushed us over. What, Carla Marie?
I gotta go get the booze.
All right, go get your booze.
Okay.
Go get, what's the Italian stuff that your dad likes?
Sambuca?
No, the other. Limoncello.
But he likes Sambuca.
Okay, so then do Sambuca. If you do Sambuca, I'll get arak, which is like the Arabic version of it. It's terrible, but I'll drink it if you get Sambuca.
All right, I'll see what I got. He's doing things in the garage, so I don't know.
Well,
I'm going to need a few.
Make it snappy. Let's see. Yeah, I don't like limoncello at all, or Sambuca, or any of these things that we're going to drink. Right now, if Carla Marie comes back with like a vodka, I've got Casamigos tequila, which, again, warm, not great, but it's fine. Let's see what we got in the chat. But yeah, I got all my meathead drinks over here. Normally, I would be done with my protein already, but the fact that it's warm is making me struggle a little bit. What? Oh, we don't have arak. Okay. Thanks, Mom. So you don't have to be at Seattle Cocktail Club to have a personal bartender. Sometimes you just have to be at home with your mom. Yes, at least the shot is not dusty tequila. And that's what kicked off this whole taking shots during the hype train thing. Is we had this bottle of tequila that was given to us by one of our sales managers. And it just tasted so dusty that the only way to describe it was dusty tequila. Are you going to put meathead stuff on Instagram? So I will say this. If you missed it earlier, if you just joined us, I did have a video call with a dietitian and a physical therapist in Washington. And the whole idea of that was to help people understand what they should be eating, what they should be drinking, what they should be supplementing with while they're recovering from an injury. And it's very similar to what you would be doing while you're trying to build muscle or strength. So I recorded that whole thing. And when I get back to Washington in about a week and a half, or in about a week, I will be working on chopping up bits of that conversation and putting them on YouTube and on Instagram. What do you got?
I don't know why I did this because I actually like limoncello a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, Sambuca? Well, I got bad news for you, Carla Marie. We don't have any of the Arabic version of Sambuca. We don't have any arak. So if you want to go get your limoncello, you can. My dad's probably like, in what world did I think that my 35-year-old daughter would be asking me for Sambuca at 11 a.m. on a weekday? So he's going through the cabinet like a maniac looking for his opened one, but he couldn't find it. Is that just a little mini like airplane bottle?
Mm-hmm.
So how much of that are you going to drink?
Well, I have a shot glass.
Oh, you do? Okay.
What the heck? What is wet?
All right. Well, I got my tequila poured.
What were you talking about?
What was I talking about? Dusty tequila. Chris brought that up. Oh, and then I was talking about how I'm going to chop up what, Carla Marie?
I hate licorice.
Oh. Then I was talking about how I am going to chop up some of the content that I recorded with this dietitian and physical therapist. And I actually learned a lot in that because I was doing a lot of things wrong in the original part of my Achilles recovery. I figured I wasn't working out as much or wasn't active as much. So I was kind of limiting how much I ate, limiting how much I was taking in terms of protein and stuff. And one of the big things I learned was no, you got to eat the same or at least close to the same and take in as much, if not more protein, because your body needs all of that to rebuild.
That's cool.
Yeah. You ready?
Hold.
Oh.
Okay, I know everyone's telling me just take the shot super fast, but
yeah, you're not supposed, especially Sambuca, you're not supposed to smell that first.
Also, I smell like this is a known thing. There must be a thing, like there's got to be a name for it. I smell everything. Like if you see me throughout the day, I smell my cats.
She's like a bloodhound.
I'm so good with scents that like if someone went missing, I think I'd find them.
All right, the hype train is officially complete. Carla Marie, you ready? Here we go. Cheers to you. Cheers to everyone who supported the stream. Ooh, that looks weird. Ooh. All right. Cheers. Woo. That was a larger shot than I anticipated.
I don't think I have I've only ever been like, let me see it. Oh my God.
What you drinking over there?
Water.
You
know what though? It was better than the vodka yesterday.
Really? What was wrong with the vodka?
So wait, is this a liqueur?
That's a great question.
It says it.
Then if it says it, then probably. And is Sambuca the same thing as Aduk, where if you mix it with water, it becomes like white?
I don't know. I've never tried it.
Becomes kind of milky. Pour a little bit in your water. See what happens.
No. It's crazy because it tastes like licorice, but there's like Italian vegetable, I guess, it's pronounced Vinook, but it's fennel.
Oh.
And it's like an onion kind of, but not really, and it's good for digestion. So after on holidays, after all of the meals before dessert, that gets served, and it's something you bite into, and it's the same taste of that.
Is that what Sambuca is made from? Well, what is the base of Sambuca? What is the vegetable or fruit or whatever it is distilled from?
Yeah, I don't know.
I know Gillywagon was in here before. Maybe they'll have the answer.
Well, I want to see if Gillywagon can make me a shooter with Sambuca that doesn't suck.
I'm sure they could.
Anise or green anise, which I believe.
Is that the same family?
I believe. I believe it's the same thing.
You're looking it up?
Yeah, I think it is the same thing, but things are coming up in languages I don't know, so.
All right, so on to today's schedule, which we don't have on the screen because getting both of us and that on the screen, it's a little difficult at the moment. But we did talk about how me and my mom are now going to be identical meatheads, and I've got to go do a GNC run for my mom at some point because we ran out of protein. That's the big deal. I had a protein container that I left here, and now it's all gone. You right there, Carla Marie? Oh, I can't hear you now. What did you do?
Oh. It fell and I hit it.
Oh, okay. Okay. The other thing, Carla Marie, on the list is I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever been tortured, truly tortured, by a fly?
Probably on the beach.
No. This is different. So the first, I guess it was last night that I slept here. There was a fly in the room that I was sleeping in. It's my brother's old room. I think I actually lived in that room for a little bit. And it's normal for a fly to just be buzzing around, and that's annoying enough. But this fly was cruel. This fly was unusual. This fly decided every time the moment that I fell asleep, it would land on my face or buzz into my ear. And then it would go away. And then I'd flick it away and it would go away. And then another 15 minutes would pass and I would start falling asleep again. And it would do that. I'm telling you, the second that I fell asleep, it would go zoop, right onto my face or right into my ear, sometimes onto my leg, something to wake me up. And it was absolute. I got maybe an hour and a half of full sleep last night.
Okay. But I fully believe that was a family member or friend who has passed that was hanging with you.
If any of my family members are listening, dead or alive, do not come back to me as a fly and bother the shit out of me when I'm sleeping. I don't want. It definitely is. No, why would that be a family member out of all the things in the world?
I would do it to you.
Yeah, because you're annoying.
So who's your most annoying family member that has passed on? Or who would be a jokester?
Maybe one of my grandparents. Maybe one of my grandfathers.
Yeah,
that would make
your
sense.
grandpa's probably like, I was so handy and I built things, and what have you done?
That's true.
You idiot.
That is true. But yeah, it was absolute torture. And my brother Justin was explaining, he was like, it's kind of like Chinese water torture. Like where it's just one drop.
Yeah.
That just hits you so often that you can't be comfortable and you can't sleep and you can't do anything. And after a certain amount of time, you just go crazy. If someone was asking me for secrets when this fly was in the room, I would have given them everything. I would have given them the code to my phone, the keys to the house, like just take it all because it was absolute torture. Well, absolute torture.
It's so many things. It's you're trying to sleep, so you're getting the buzz, but then also the itch of something touching you. Then it's a bug, so that's creeping you out.
I wasn't even creeped out. I wasn't like, oh, it's gross, it's a fly. It was just like a regular house fly, right? Like it's.
But if the cats were around, that fly probably would not have been made it through the night.
That's true. The cats could have maybe.
They're pretty good. Caroline is the number one killer, and then it's like between John and Erica.
But now, like, I kind of want to go talk to like the military and be like, I know you guys torture people. Let me tell you how to do this with bugs.
No, you should go to a psychic to find out who it was.
I don't know. Do psychics do bug readings? Is that a thing they do?
No, they would go to people that have passed and be like, which one of you was it?
Oh, no. They would put out like a group text to all the dead people in my life. Hey, who was the fly? Who was playing pranks?
Yeah.
What do you got, Carla Marie?
Okay, so the weather.
This is going to be thrilling.
Let me tell you something. It's so funny that every time the person who lives in Seattle comes to New Jersey, the weather is trash. Whether it's the winter and it's negative degrees,
I feel like it has been
fine. You're about to get blown up in this chat because it was the conversation before we even went live that I don't know what's going on where you live, but it's not what is happening in the rest of New Jersey, and I experienced it firsthand. So on Saturday, Anthony had his family reunion. Super late at night, a thunderstorm did roll through.
Yeah.
10 minutes maybe it lasted. Wasn't even that bad. So at 2 a.m., I was like, all right, I'm going to go home. Like, I hadn't been drinking. I was fine. I drive from Ridgewood, New Jersey to North Arlington, where my family lives. And I kid you not, white-knuckling the steering wheel on the way home and said to myself, okay, you're probably going to die. Please, I just hope it doesn't hurt. Like, that is truly what went through my head. Because I knew that I couldn't pull over. I was on Route 21. If you know anything about Route 21, it is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I couldn't pull over because you couldn't see. You could not see more than 10 feet in front of you. And I was like, I'm going to get hit.
It's almost more dangerous to pull over and stop at that point.
But it was like, I don't know how I didn't hydroplane. I'm in my mom's like Kia, which is super low to the ground. And the wind was crazy. I'm like, I'm just going to get I was like, okay, I just got to make it over the bridge. And I was like, this is the bridge I was scared of as a kid. Maybe I was scared of it as a kid because I was going to die as an adult. And I just knew the whole time. I made it over the bridge. Then there were garbage cans in the middle of the road. And then I pull up in front of my parents. I'm like, I'm going to get soaked going to the house, which I did. The thunder was so loud that when these windows were shaking.
Yeah, I did not experience any of that on Saturday. And I was up until probably 3 a.m. on Saturday.
It was absolutely insane. And there were I saw Jen and Lisa saying this. I know our friend Lauren Ray, who voices the morning show podcast, there were tornado warnings all during this.
Mm-hmm.
But we had I didn't know, it was just drizzling when I left your house.
Yeah.
It's been insane. And then last night, flood warnings coming. Well, it didn't really end up raining, but it's just super cloudy right now.
I did hear some rain when I was sleeping last night, but other than that, I've actually not had any bad issues with the weather driving around, whatever. It's been pretty normal, and I think it's supposed to be pretty normal for the next couple days, from what I understand.
It was like, even my family was like, I have never heard thunder like that. It was a bizarre pattern too. It wasn't just like boom, boom. It was like,
Oh,
like you
yeah.
thought things were exploding.
Apparently, it's supposed to be raining on Friday. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't experience any of that, but I do obviously know what you're talking about in terms of just those moments when you're driving down the road and you can't see more than 4 feet in front of you.
It could have been snow. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, that is
But
scary.
yeah, but I did kind of miss thunderstorm a little bit because we don't really like when we get thunder in Seattle. It's like, do we need to take cover? What's happening?
I don't actually remember the last time I was in Seattle and there was a thunderstorm. I think there was one day, and I'm talking about years ago, where it was like a big enough thunderstorm where everyone was talking about it. But other than that, we really don't get. Everyone talks about the rain in Seattle, but we get a very light, easy drizzle that will eventually just stay for so long that you go insane.
When there was one a few weeks ago, we had one because the temperature change was drastic. Yeah, and it was super quick. And the cats were like, "Oh, what is this noise?" But they're like they never have anything to be scared of.
Yeah.
There was something I was going to say about thunder. Oh, yeah, I had a typical family member be like, "Oh, but you couldn't drive in the rain? You're from Seattle." I'm like, "It doesn't do this. I don't know how to tell you." I walk outside and like when you're at an event that's super hot and they have the fans on and there's the mister?
Yeah.
That is what Seattle rain is.
Basically.
Just enough to make you go insane.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's not that it's bad in that moment. It just doesn't go away for 3 months.
Like you could stand outside of it and be like, it's fine. But then when you're like outside for a while and you go inside, you're like, how did I get so wet? And it's because it was just so little, like you're just living in this mist.
Yeah.
I tell people it's like Twilight. Like when you watch Twilight, it doesn't really rain that much in the movie. It's cloudy and they did a decent job at showing the cloud, the fog, everything. Like that's what it's like.
Yeah. And that's the one thing about, being in New Jersey, really being anywhere on the East Coast is it can be beautiful for most of the day. And because it's so hot and so humid, those thunderstorms roll in real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. It's like Miami weather.
Yeah, that's 100% what it's like.
What else do we have here in the chat? Yeah. Everyone's basically agreeing with you. You know what was interesting? And speaking of weather, Carla Marie, this is something that I hate that airlines do now. Is when we were coming back from Dallas, we got delayed by 2 hours basically. And they kept saying that they were delaying the flight because of weather in New Jersey. Now, a couple things.
Weather or not?
There didn't seem to be any actual weather in New Jersey. That doesn't mean that there wasn't weather between us or close by that made us delayed. But the idea that they could just get away with saying weather is annoying because everything is like it is weather right now. There is weather. Yeah. So you gotta be a little more specific. I think we need to somehow hold these airlines responsible and say, tell me exactly what's going on here so I can double check and I can hold you accountable.
Well, the issue that we have run into now is because all the laws that are being put on airlines are if it's a weather related issue, then you don't owe anyone anything.
Which is why they need to clarify what these weather issues are.
Yeah, there needs to be a government weather person that approves why airlines are delayed.
Well, no, I think if let's say you're on a United flight and they say, oh, well, we can't take you to Seattle today because there's weather. They should have to adjust that and say, oh, we can't take you to Seattle today because there are thunderstorms above this part of the route. And then you can then check. You could go to a satellite and you could say, wait a second, you're lying. Give me my money.
Yes.
That's it.
So, well, it's, there is weather today happening and
there's weather always happening. That's what weather is.
But I have a flight out tonight. We'll see. So I'll be in Seattle for the, I guess it's 88 in Seattle today, which is hot. It's going to be 86 for 2 days. Like all my news alerts are saying how they're like Pacific Northwest heat is really bad right now. I'm like, what do we got? For Seattle, it's not that bad, but Claire was saying it's going to be 90 something today in Olympia. So
I'm putting the cursor on your eyeball. And now there's a big, I don't know why that was so fun. I didn't realize that was happening until I was trying to scroll over something else.
Okay.
I wasn't actually listening to anything you said just then. There's weather in Tacoma or something?
Yeah. And
Okay.
Also the weather was so bad on Saturday that what's his name? Lionel Richie? Just blanked out. What the hell is that guy's name?
What happened?
He couldn't come to a show. Everyone was at Madison Square Garden waiting for him, and his plane couldn't land, so he was stuck in Massachusetts, but it was too late for him to drive because he waited too long, and everyone had to leave Madison Square Garden and go home and then go back like 2 days later.
You know, I'll say this, and I don't know the details about Lionel Richie not getting to MSG, but I feel like he maybe have been cutting it a little too close with his access to a private plane or whatever.
Agreed.
Like, dude, get to your show a little earlier. Maybe pretend like you care about the show and get there earlier and do your job preparing.
He tweeted at 8:30 p.m. on Saturday. Due to severe weather and being unable to land in New York and surrounding areas, I'm unable to make it to the show tonight. I'm so bummed. We're rescheduling the show for Monday. So this was Saturday. So if you were going to New York City on a Saturday,
different.
Totally different. Can't wait to perform for y'all. Tickets for tonight's show are valid for the show Monday. What if you can't go?
Yeah. Then I guess you could maybe return them. But if you bought them from a third party, then you're kind of screwed. But I don't know if he was on tour and he had to make like a bunch of dates back to back to back, but it seems a little sketch to me. Seems a little suspect that you were going to show up on your stupid private plane just an hour before your show and go on stage. Maybe play it a little better, Lionel.
Taylor Swift would never.
Well, she's got like 18 truck drivers and stuff. I'm actually surprised because I don't know how much time she had between cities.
A week, almost. It's 5 days.
Oh, between each city?
Yeah, she did either Friday, Saturday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Very few, I think, were Saturday, Sunday. So then she clearly got on her plane, went home to whatever one of her homes was nearby, stayed there for a week, and then went to that city.
Okay, so her truck drivers didn't have to go like overnight to a place. Because when we were talking to our friend Sean, who's in Yellow Card, he was playing in Seattle, and obviously a Yellow Card tour and a Taylor Swift tour, very different. But the Yellow Card tour, I mean, we saw them in Seattle on Saturday, and their call time for the bus was, I think, 1:30 that night, and they drove the 7 hours direct to Boise because they had a show the next day in Boise.
Correct. She did not do that to herself. And that is part of the reason why she was able, I think, to survive.
Yeah.
Because during the week, although she would fly to New York and re-record her albums, like you would, there were photos of her back in New York.
Okay.
Taylor, during the tour that she is performing, 4-hour shows, she was also re-recording albums. I'm telling you, when it comes out that she's an alien, I'm going to say, cool. Where are we going? Where am I following her? Where is she taking me? Because that's the only way that any of this makes freaking sense.
It's very presumptuous of you to think that Taylor is going to take you anywhere.
Oh, she's taking me?
Why?
Because I already became a part of the cult. Got my bracelet thing.
That's true.
The light-up bracelet is going to suck me up, and I'm in.
If she is a cult leader trying to take everyone to a planet on a special spaceship, I mean, you've done all the things.
Mm-hmm.
You've gone to the church. You listen to the audiobooks. You do all the things that Taylor asks of her people. It absolutely is a cult. I think, but I think most musical fandoms or fandoms in general are a little culty. It's like kind of the idea.
Are we a cult?
Is what
the Carla Marie and Anthony show EMH community?
No, that's ridiculous. Are you trying to compare what we do here to what Taylor Swift does?
Yes.
That's insane.
We're going to get everybody light up bracelets. And they're all going to light up at the same time. Like wherever you are.
You're a crazy person.
And then we can be like, I'll ding people. And then everyone will light up a nice little color.
Listen, I'd love to have a cult. I was just watching a documentary on Netflix, How to Be a Cult Leader. It's fascinating stuff. And like, we can make fun of cult leaders all we want, but like, if you had a bunch of people that listen to you that much, you'd probably want to do it too. I think everyone inside, like deep down, everyone wants to be a little cult leader. People just doing all the things for you, doing all the work for you.
If anyone's going to do it, it's the Enneagram 8.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely. But I don't know if you would count as a cult leader because you're way more dictator. Like cult leaders pretend that they love their people. All
right,
and I think you have to have a certain level of like
overall cult leader's personality aligns well with the Enneagram Type 8 description, as he is driven, assertive, and often intimidating.
Well, but I think that you also would need some sort of like religious element to the cult. Right? Like, don't most cults have some sort of like spiritual, religious, otherworldly? That's very worldly. That's not otherworldly.
I just watched my dad get his finger stuck in something.
Like smashed it in something?
Yeah, he's like rolling up the pool cover in his finger. And I just watched him going, yelling at his finger.
Dictators also pretend that they love their people too. That's true, Chris.
Oh, I'm not pretending.
I don't know. Mean Marie over here.
Simba Blast said, Anthony, you're in denial.
Of what?
You're just mad that I'm going to be the leader. And
No.
Be my
what am I in denial of? I think that Carla Marie would be a dictator or a cult leader.
Mandarin Rose said, worshipping 4 cats can be part of your cult. Everyone
true.
must have 4 cats.
There's 2 docu-series that they have on Netflix, and they're very similar. The first one I watched was it's something like How to Be a Dictator. And they set it up kind of as a joke. It's very satirical, but it also goes through the history of dictators, where it gives you like the playbook of how dictators acted. It gives you examples from all these different dictators around the world. And they did the same thing. And Peter Dinklage from Game of Thrones, he is the narrator of the Tyrant one. And it's essentially the same idea. What do all of these tyrants have in common? How did one do better than the other, and who's the most successful? And that's basically how both of those series end. It shows you who like the most successful person in that sphere is. They're very, very good.
Okay. Well, one day I'll be part of those documentaries.
Maybe.
But it'll be like the first positive cult leader.
That's what they all think they are. They all think they're positive in some way. And then they tell their people to, I don't know, go to the spaceship and commit suicide or whatever the hell they do.
Run like a husky said, and then you have to go to the drive-through salad place. That'll be our headquarters.
I would definitely suggest watching that to anybody though. Oh, but Carla Marie, if you want to be a dictator or a cult leader, you have to watch both of those series.
No, I will pave my own way. Thank you.
No, but there's a whole playbook you got to follow. What would be your What would be your first step as a cult leader, Carla Marie?
4 cats for everybody.
No,
off the street.
You jumped the shark. You're going too far into the cult. You've got to start slow. You got to make a promise.
No such thing. The promise is your life will be happier if you adopt 4 cats.
Nope. You're failing so hard.
You can't tell me how to run my cult.
Yeah, I can. I'm your cult coach.
You're my minion.
No, more of a mentor.
Okay. So moving on.
Carla Koresh is what they'd call you.
Okay. I just got a message from our friend Elizabeth. We were at Morning Show Boot Camp with her, hanging out with Amy Brown, which Amy from Bobby Bone Show, her name is Amy Brown. I have known her for years. We've hung out together at iHeartRadio events or whatever. But there was always work to some extent. I've never just gotten to sit down and hang out with Amy.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And we bonded. It was just the best time. And her cousin Amanda is a psychic. And she's been on Bobby Bone's show a bunch of times. She has predicted so many different things that would happen in Amy's life or Bobby's life and has told only Amy or only Bob, whatever it is. And then it happens. The other person's like, oh shit, this was real. So one of the things they were saying is that she wants to start getting into Twitch. And I was like, I would be happy to help her. So the text I just got from Elizabeth is, Amanda would love to have you on her podcast for a psychic reading.
Oh, cool.
So I'm going to throw up, first of all, from that. And then maybe we can get her on your Twitch show and do some live Q&A with your listeners and talk to her about what it means to have a Twitch channel. So I think we should do it as its own stream.
Yeah,
not during a morning show, do it at night.
Yeah.
Because she does live readings.
So people can call in and she can do a live reading?
Yes. I believe
what's cool about Twitch is actually she can see them too. We can have people come up through guest star.
Yeah.
Would anyone in this chat just put a you look great emoji in there if you would want to be part of this psychic reading Twitch stream?
Because what if she's the guy you're with now, just end it?
Then that's what you got to do, I guess. All right, so enough people. I think, listen, if we have even 10 people that would do it, each of those is going to take some time. This could be a long stream, but also a fascinating stream. Okay. So we'll plan that. We can do that as a specialty stream, if you will. Oh, and then with our new studio, we can have like cool lights.
Like candles?
Or that.
Like make them look like candles.
Oh, we could do that, yeah. That would work.
So this will be fun.
Let's see. It's Megnut. Megan said I wanted to sign up for a reading from her, but it's so expensive. So you know who that person actually is?
Yeah, you can sign up.
What? So this is like someone who does legit psychic readings, like people know her around the world. I don't know how psychic readings work.
World, but yes.
Okay. And I will say this about Amy Brown, because like Carla Marie said, we got to hang out with her last weekend. Amy is one of those people that you get to meet in radio who is just like you would imagine them to be after you listen to them. Like her personality on the Bobby Bones show is, you know, the calm, kind, caring member of the show, and she is exactly that when you meet her. She's super kind, super caring, super nice. Just absolutely pleasant to be around.
Yeah, she was texting me after the whole weekend just saying like she's just in awe of how the two of us run our Instagram account and stuff, like in videos. And I was also like, yeah, it's the two of us and also our fans account. Like it's not
absolutely
just us, but she's like, it's just so cool that it's you guys, because obviously she comes from a show that has how many people on it.
Oh yeah, I mean that's one of the benefits of being on a show like that, whether it's Elvis's show, the Bobby Bones show, Ryan Seacrest, the Breakfast Club, is they are resourced really well. So you know, Bobby's not there editing videos that go to the Bobby Bones show account. You know, there's someone who does that, maybe multiple people who do that. Similar to Charlemagne and DJ Envy are not chopping up the interviews from their show and putting them on YouTube or Instagram or Reels.
And neither is Elvis.
Yeah. So it does make things a lot easier, and they have time to do other things, which is what they're supposed to do as hosts.
Yes.
And I do think if radio companies were serious about competing with some of these other media outlets, they would make the investments in multiple shows. Like Erica and E-White should have someone that does that. Ricky and Zach should have someone. It shouldn't just be the top shows, because that's how you get better, and that's how your hosts can focus on hosting and not all the other stuff that comes with it.
Right.
But they're not serious about it generally. And instead, they would love to just buy, you know, branded napkins on boats in France. That's literally what iHeartRadio spends 90% of its money on. Fucking gold foil napkins or whatever the hell they spend their money on.
That's why we used to steal those pillows from the iHeartRadio Music Festival.
100%.
But then I think we burned them. What did we do?
I think we just threw them out. Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. Because now they're in a land.
I will say this, and if I ever have a billion-dollar company, especially one that's run as poorly as iHeartRadio, steal everything from them. Steal everything.
Yeah.
Take paper towel home, take toilet paper, take pens, take pencils, just do it all. Take it all. Screw them. We did see that. I don't know how to pronounce the name. G. Maurice?
That's Gabby.
Oh, Gabby. Did you see / hear Mogan, Angie, and Seattle got let go? Yeah, they did 2-second tunes with us last year.
A while ago,
that. And they were just at the same boot camp that we were. And that's the crazy thing about radio. It's not that they were doing terribly. They were doing just fine. They were doing well, if anything. And for whatever reason, I don't know what that radio station plans on doing down the road, but they were let go. And it's a shame, because they were doing it. They were doing all the right things, being at all the events, being live every morning, being as local as they possibly could. But shit happens. And maybe, who knows, maybe the station is going to be sold. Maybe they're flipping formats. I don't know. Maybe their sales team was terrible and couldn't support paying real people to be there.
There's a lot of things that can go into it. But
yeah. But it sucks. And it's something that everyone in radio gets to feel at some point, generally.
Yeah, was it you, Anthony, on our panel said, all right, who in this audience has been let go? Yeah. And like everyone's hands went up.
98.9% of the hands all went up.
Yeah.
It's one of the things in radio. But with jobs like that, entertainment jobs, I mean, I'm sure you could say the same thing for people in TV, even people in sports. How many times, like the thing that we forget in sports is you could just get traded, right? You could just be sitting there, loving the town you're in, loving the team you're on, your family's settled. Bam, see you later. What, we got traded?
I mean, basically when they flipped the stations and then moved us around, that's kind of like what happened. We got to stay in the same city.
Yeah, that would be like being traded from the Angels to the Dodgers.
Correct.
You know, you're close. You're close enough.
Yeah.
We just don't make nearly as much as them.
Unfortunately, no.
Which would be very, very nice. You know, we were talking about this with a couple people at Morning Show Boot Camp. When you start looking at some of these like crazy streamers out there that do really, really well, that have like 30,000 people in their stream, or maybe like OnlyFans people, a lot of them are making way more money than traditional media people. Now, it's there's less security, right? Because you're focused on an algorithm or these random brand deals. So like with
security.
Well, no, with traditional media, you still have a contract though, right? You still have, that this money is coming in through for a certain amount of years. What?
We had a contract.
Again, no. That's not the argument I'm trying to make. We knew when we had a contract how much money we'd be making per month.
Yes.
Right? With content creators, sometimes you might just lose a bunch of subscriptions. The algorithm might change, it's really month to month. And it's something that we deal with all the time. We could have a month where, sponsorships and subscriptions are phenomenal. And then we could have a month where they're not. That's the difference in security that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, I logged on to Twitch this morning and saw a woman who was naked painting her boobs. So.
Like naked? Because that's probably not allowed.
But you couldn't see it. And
okay.
Because they were painted, and then it was naked, and you couldn't see the bottom because the way she was standing. Well, I was waiting for a peek.
That's, you know what though? That's what everyone was waiting for.
I know.
And that's how many viewers did she have?
It was a lot. There were like 10,000 people in there, and it said something like 18 and over shower stream, and I was like, is she gonna shower?
I wonder. You know what? I'm gonna change our title to that right now, and just see if we get like a boost in viewers. Let's see.
I'm going to text Elizabeth back about the psychic thing so that she knows we just talked about.
Title. Showers. Hot tubs.
Also, isn't it bizarre that we were talking about, I was telling you had to go find a psychic to find out who the fly was, and then Elizabeth texted me about psychics because psychics are real.
Sure, yeah. So I just changed the name of our stream, Carla Marie, to Showers, Hot Tubs, and Bikinis. So we'll see what happens.
Could you imagine just the floodgates open and I would welcome them all to the cult?
Someone's got to keep track if this bumps in
yes,
a bump in viewers.
Just quick note, everyone that is in here now, you will be top tier level of the cult. These new people won't be.
See, that's the Carla Marie that I know.
Okay, I'm just texting Elizabeth.
Oh, it is going up. Apparently we went from 125 to 131. Let's see. Aren't you the one with the data and analytics, says Jolly Russian Buddhist? Yes, but it's on different screens. And it's...
Go in your parents' pool.
I should do a stream from the pool one day. It wouldn't be a lie. I'd be the only male bikini pool hot tub streamer on Twitch.
You don't have any friends in Seattle that have a pool. Wait, doesn't Gilly Wagon have a hot tub at their house?
They do, I believe.
We might do it. We might have to do it. We'll wait till it gets a little cool out. We'll do a hot tub stream when you're out of your boot.
Okay.
I still want to do a hot tub boat stream. I mean, no one would beat that. It's just...
So call them. Tell them.
Physically, I don't know how that would work.
I think we could do it from the phone. Right? If we're just like close enough to the shore.
We lost those viewers because
we're clothed.
Yes. Oh my God. I'd get my dad in a bathing suit. We'll do a pool. You see all his chains. It'd be so good.
All right. Let me change this back. Let me change the title of this back. If you came here for the bikinis, we just changed. There we go. And I got to put Carla Marie back on the screen now. Got to figure out a better way to do this. All right. Well, it does show you. And I think there's a way I could put ourselves in the category of bikini or hot tub or whatever streamers.
Okay. I was just confirming the psychic.
So let me get this straight. The psychic wants to be on with us, and then we can then help them build out like a page. That's cool.
But I'm gonna get a reading first.
Like a private one?
Yeah.
Why? Do it on the stream.
No, not doing that.
You're gonna ask
I'll
other
talk
people
about things, but there may be things that they don't have. There may be things that because I am a public figure, and no offense to people that watch our show, but most of them are not.
Okay.
People, you do know one another, but there may be things that I don't want known, or my family doesn't want known.
Lame.
But can't wait to tell all about it.
What do we have here? I'm trying to look into the chat.
Okay, so I have a diaper update.
A diaper update?
Remember yesterday we were talking about diapers?
Yeah.
Changing diapers. And what did you say about changing a boy's diaper?
Oh, sometimes it just sprays at you.
So. Oh, you're leaving?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Make sure you unplug your headphones. Oh. Yeah. Oh, nice catch.
Okay, love you. Bye. See you in a month.
Okay. Got my money?
No. I was like, why is this man just walking in here? He's going fishing, crabbing. I don't know what he's doing. But don't worry. I'll be spending a whole week, and so will Anthony, with them in September. What happened?
Something about diapers. I don't know. You're about to flex on diapers somehow.
So I was changing my niece yesterday. She's a girl, has all the girl parts.
Okay.
And she peed, so I go to change her diaper, and she starts peeing everywhere.
Oh boy.
It didn't get on me.
Okay.
It didn't really get on her, just because there's no hose. And I was like, dude, come on, man. So then a few hours go by. She napped, ate, whatever. She peed and pooped. So I was like, all right, let me change your diaper again. Same thing happened. So I texted my sister today. I said, your child peed at me twice yesterday while I changed her diapers. Because she didn't pee on me.
Yeah.
She peed at me. And she's like, peed? And I was like, yeah, literally, like, it was going everywhere.
Maybe you should have waited a little longer. Maybe you're not good at changing diapers like you claim.
I know, and I didn't do the rub the cold
what?
Wipe over like the belly button before you change the diaper. You're supposed to do that because it makes them pee a little bit, and then it comes and you're good. Then you change it.
Oh, so that's like, do you make sure you clear the tank basically?
Yeah, basically.
So what do? You rub a wipe on their stomach?
Like if you have a baby wipe, because they're cold always, and you kind of like you rub it across their belly button. Sometimes with boys, when you're changing them, you just put it over the peep.
That makes sense.
It doesn't squirt at you, but yeah. They don't mess around.
Thank you. No, thank you.
But she's 7 months next week, and it's wild just like watching her brain process things already. Like you're 7 months old, and she wants to go to my mom, puts her arms out, can almost like took steps, which is absolutely insane. Like all these different things, wanted my computer, and my mom was like, no, and kept moving her, and she kept grabbing for it, and then was like mad.
Yeah.
And like whining. And I'm like, how do you know that this is something you want?
When do they stop needing diapers?
It all depends.
Like what's an average age for like peeing and pooping on their own?
You can start potty training under 2. Sometimes that doesn't mean they come out of a diaper, because then they go in pull-ups. But like Michael, my nephew, will be 3 in November, and he's in pull-ups now. He's a little behind.
Were you about to call him a little slow?
He's not. This is the process. Boys take longer to potty train than girls.
Interesting. Do you know if there's like scientific reasons for that?
Yes, because boys are slower than girls. Facts. Lisa just said boys are slower with everything, talking.
But I wonder if it's like the machinery down there, if it's just like easier to pee yourself. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's not easier. It's not a matter of peeing yourself. It's a matter of being lazy and knowing that you have to go to the bathroom.
Sure.
But little boys, you don't like at that age, you're not teaching them to aim or anything. They have to sit.
Yeah.
Then when they're like tall enough to either reach a real toilet or, you have their little potty.
Can't you give them like a step stool? They climb up and pee in a bowl?
Yes. Or climb up and sit. It's also just easier because then you have pee all over the place trying to teach a 3-year-old I mean, grown men have some problems with it.
So 2 years old, around 2 is when you could
Between
start.
2 and 3.
Damn, that's a long time for diapers.
Did you ever hear the story about me being potty trained?
No.
Oh, it's great. So my mom, I guess I was probably 1.5-ish. And my mom would always have off the last half or all of August, depending on when the Meadowlands racetrack would not do live racing.
Mm-hmm.
So people would ask her when she was going to potty train me, and she kept saying, in August when I'm off, in August when I'm off. And then throughout the summer, my mom said that I kept asking if it was August. She didn't know why. And then one day she was like, yeah. And I said, okay, I have to go pee-pee on the potty now.
So you were just waiting.
Yep. And then that was it. She's like, maybe once you ever wet your pants. Once. Ashley, on the other hand, pissed the bed till she was 7. And I never let her live that down.
7?
Constantly just peed the bed. And I had shared a room with her. I was like, it smells like pee in here.
Well,
her mattress was disgusting.
Well, they didn't have like a plastic thing over
it? Yes, but still, like that, it was just disaster.
I feel like everyone, no matter what, should have the plastic thing over their mattress, because you get like the mites, like your dead skin cells and stuff that just like live in your mattress, and it's pretty gross. So you need a little dust mites, things like that. Just cover it up, you know? Keep it clean your mattress.
Maybe that's why Adriana is so willy-nilly with her peeing.
Why?
Like her mom.
Oh, maybe.
Ashley's childhood business is now revealed. I've definitely revealed way more about my sister than that.
Now it's on the screen, so there's that. Should still have a waterproof protector on anyway. Yeah, exactly. Dust mites, exactly what I just said. And dead skin. Thank you very much, Tacoma Swifty. Because like mattresses, when you think about it, are pretty. You're just sweating, and your hair and your skin, and it's just like
cat hair.
Yeah, especially if you have pets that jump onto your bed.
Yeah.
And I feel like the technology is pretty good now. It doesn't feel like plastic on a bed.
Huh. It's just like it's not plastic. It's I don't know what it is.
Because back in the day, it was very plasticky.
Yeah.
Like you knew that you were sleeping on a plastic film.
I sweat so much when I sleep that my sweat would like stain the mattress.
Same. Absolutely the same. When I got rid of one of my mattresses that I had for a long time, I remember being like, I am disgusting once I took the sheet off.
You also drool.
Yeah.
Your pillows have drool stains.
Yeah, but it's different. Like the sweat stains on a mattress, it's like the size of my body. It's like it's so almost weird. Like it's like the opposite of a chalk outline.
Yeah.
It's like someone filled in the chalk outline.
Are chalk outlines real?
For dead people? Like for murder victims? I have no idea.
Real. What if it's raining and they're doing a crime scene?
Well, what if I'm just assuming it also happens indoors, so that's probably not a problem. Any cops in here that know if that's a thing?
Well, we're gonna have to. We're not doing this now, but I'm just saying we are gonna be putting people into roles. It's kind of culty, but you'll be like the official cop of the Carla Marie and Anthony show, and we're gonna have to call you with this question.
Or we could just message them if they're in the chat.
Or that.
I'll ask I'll ask my friend who's a detective in New York. I'll ask him about. Oh, here we go.
Meg.
Yes, my friend lived in Harlem, and she'd see it in her hood. I'll ask my friend Richie. He's a cop in the city. I'll see what the deal is with chalk outlines.
Text your cousin.
Oh, George. I could text George as well. I feel like Richie's probably seen way more murders than George has. He's been doing it longer. He's in New York. George is in the burbs of New Jersey. Not that there aren't murders in the burbs of New Jersey. There are plenty.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they have like very different lives. One's a state trooper, the other's a detective.
Yeah, detective. Like that's what you do. You draw chalk.
Or I think now he's a sergeant, whatever he is. I don't know the ranks. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to know all of them.
Fred said, I don't want to be the official mailman of the cult. Well, funny enough, we were having this conversation with someone about making people. It was John we were talking about. John Camucci saying like it's fun to have like your official whatever. I said I used to do it at Elvis's show and have like a Rolodex of people I could call if there was a specific topic and I knew I could get that person on to help us to be an expert on it. And we were like saying that's something you guys should totally do. We want to get back into it. I was like, and Anthony goes, we already got our official mailman.
I also said we have a few because Andre is also a mail carrier.
Yep.
We also have our friend Sabrina mail carrier. Her sister's a mail carrier, both in the city of Seattle. So we've got like Ohio, New York, Seattle, all covered. And I'm sure there's other mail carriers in here that we don't even know about.
Yeah.
And that's something we started. It's an idea that we had when we were on KISS at night for a little bit.
Yeah.
We would start our show by asking for someone to call in and be the official whatever you want. So we had like official teachers, official surgeons, official whatever. And we actually did for a long time save those numbers. Yeah. I don't know if we ever used it. We may have used it once or twice. But the whole idea was if we have like a law topic or whatever, we can call people and it makes everyone know. It lets them know that they are part of this show.
Yeah.
Jen, you could be whatever you want. They said, what could I be the official? Jen said, what could I be in an official capacity? Whatever you want.
Well, yeah, because you could be two things. You got like bakers,
Yeah.
And like smart job.
You know what? Here, real quick, everyone put your occupation, your profession in the chat. Let's see what we got.
Wait, from the internet, Nick NYC said, quote, about the chalking. In fact, if you start drawing too early, your colleagues are going to call you a chalk fairy, which is not a nice nickname to have.
Okay, so we've got, we got a lot in here. Accountant, you can obviously be the official accountant of the Carla Marie and Anthony show. Drain tech and cleaner. That seems like it's very useful.
We need that. Cheese Dot said, I annoy people for scripts.
There's that.
It's us. I don't think that's
No, I put that together.
Oh.
Who else? Software engineer, obviously, DJ Synth.
A lot of business happening here.
Medical billing. I feel like that's something that's very useful to know, like the ins and outs of medical billing. Like, what can we get away with? What do I actually have to pay?
Pension consultant.
Also, very important. Teacher, bus driver. Like
Unicorn Cindy.
Hold on. Public bus, like city bus, or are we talking school bus? I need to know.
Unicorn Cindy is a presser at a dry cleaners. And lately I've been having questions about dry cleaning.
Like
so
what? Let's do it. What Unicorn Cindy is our official dry cleaner presser. What are your questions about dry cleaning, Carla Marie?
What is it? You're not washing my comforter if I bring it there. What is dry cleaning? It's not getting wet. So how are you cleaning it? Steaming it? Powder? What is happening? No one's ever told me that.
Well, let's see if Unicorn Cindy can answer it. I'm sure there are multiple methods that they use.
No, we're going to have to get her on the phone.
Milwaukee Tom said, official AirPod stealer.
Dave said, school man. I don't know what that means.
Hold on. Where was the bus driver? That was M-Part 62.
Fred said, nothing the post office does make sense. After I retire, I want to be unaffiliated. No.
That school man, Carla Marie, that you were talking about, that's a school bus driver. So that was part two of the question that I had asked.
Yeah.
Because I'd imagine the life of a school bus driver very different than the life of a city bus driver.
I don't know what's worse.
Or a tour bus. There's so many buses you could drive.
Like, what is a worse clientele to have? The children, the public, or travelers?
The public, probably. I'd imagine you have to deal with like weird problems on a city bus. Kids, they're just going to be screaming the whole time. Maybe you've got to deal with a bully or someone that throws something in the back of your head like it's Billy Madison. But other than that, I think it's probably a pretty, like, a better job than a city bus driver.
Wait, Crazy Dream Girl said, wait, am I the only investigator here? What kind of investigator?
Yeah.
Because I got some missing AirPods. You could investigate.
See, this is why doing this is important. Now we know so much more about everyone that's in this little community.
Unicorn Cindy said dry cleaning means it gets cleaned in chemicals.
Yeah.
That does. Well, I'm going to need to get you on the horn next week.
Also, good point, Diva Woman. Probably depends on the age of the kids when you're talking about school bus drivers.
And I'm going to be late. I'm going to be late for my hair appointment.
Well, Carla Marie's got to get out of here for her hair appointment. We have to get out of here and
my niece is cutting my hair.
Oh, okay. Well, you got to get out of here anyway. I've got a bunch of bottles here in front of me to clean up between alcohol, protein, and all the other things that I've had today.
Yeah.
thank you very much for being part of this show. Thank you for joining the Carla Marie Anthony Show. Any last words, Carla Marie?
Okay, well, I'm not dying, so
you never know.
We'll see you Thursday. I will be live from our Seattle studio, and if you're coming to Seahawks training camp tomorrow, it's Kids Day. I'll see you there. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, do it. I think it's the last public practice of the season. So, are you done?
Goodbye.
Bye.